20-odd thousand Welsh fans singing away with the energy up, seeing Bale score two absolute worldies is going to rile any crowd.
We've got Mark Donaldson on the way from ESPN talking about that, but if you want to join the conversation, friends, we're an open forum. You should know that by now. 03717 22 3344. If it's on your mind, get it on the radio with me, Paul Ross. We're live till 5.
Behind every great business is great tech and great coffee. Except for me. A tiny bit of milk. Thank you so much. But may they never meet. That's why with Business Tech Essentials from Direct Line, if your laptop or phone gets damaged, we'll get a new replacement to you within 24 hours of claim. So you can get right back to work. Search Direct Line Business Insurance. We're on it.
Cover claim limits apply. Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Except bank holidays. Underwritten by UK Insurance Limited.
The full feel, thundering down the track, but the only horse that matters is your horse, lining up the next job. And it's not your horse's day. At Coral, if your horse fails to finish, you'll get a free bet back. Fail to finish, available on selected races every day of the jump season. Coral, get closer to the action. 18 plus online and retail with Connect Card applies to first real money single win or each way bet of £1 plus. £10 max free bet applies to selected races. All terms and restrictions at coral.co.uk. Take time to play.
At Dulux Decorator Centre, we're here for the early risers and the late picker-uppers, for the big job teams and the one-woman bands, for the online click and collectors and the face-to-faces. Whether you're a colour connoisseur or a five-star review chaser, we're here for you non-stop with all you need to do the best job. Just like we've been here for all our customers for over 125 years. Because at Dulux Decorator Centre, together we roll. Visit us online or in store today. Dulux Decorator Centre, centred on you.
Same plans as last weekend. And the one before. And the one before that. Or are you reserved for more? Reserve soldiers from your area are learning new skills every week in a team that will be by their side for years. Do more, help more, be more. With paid part-time roles from 19 days a year. Army Reserve. Be the best.
The Wi-Fi's down. This is broadband rage. It happens when your internet drops out and the red mist descends. Why suffer like this? Get the UK's first unbreakable Wi-Fi. Only BT's new hybrid home broadband is backed up by EE's mobile network. One day all broadband will be like this.
4G coverage required. 4G connection takes up to 175 seconds. Verify bt.com/verify hybrid.
Want a whole lot more for a whole lot less on your next project? Then get yourself down to Hitchin. Their project bundle deals are spot on for busy builders like me. Everything I need to get the job done at a belting price. Like their plasterboard bundle. Get 12.5mm plasterboard for just $6.50 a sheet, plus 20% VAT when you buy at least 10 sheets, as well as the plaster, drywall screws, and tape to go with it. Job done. Just search Juice and Bundles.
The Premier League is bigger and better than ever. Don't miss any of this season's action on TalkSport with Now. Saturday is game day, featuring TalkSport's most full-on football dedicated schedule ever. From all the build-up to live commentary and post-match reaction. It's your non-stop one-shot Premier League destination. Game day on TalkSport with a Now Sports membership. Stream the Premier League live without a contract from $11.99. Search Now Sports 18 plus. Stream our internet. Terms apply. Across the UK.
Wales 2, Austria 1, Italy 0, North Macedonia
have. None of those North Macedonian players would get into a kind of best combined 11, but that's not what it's all about. It's about taking your chances, and that's what Krakowski did in stoppage time at the end of the game, and it's a stunning result.
Yeah.
And I think for those of us, funnily enough, yesterday on ESPN FC we did a Portugal against Italy preview. It was prefaced by, look, it could happen that North Macedonia or Turkey might win. However, the likelihood is that neither of them will, and it will be Portugal against Italy. So either Italy or Ronaldo will miss out on a World Cup. Well, they could both do it, because North Macedonia shouldn't really beat Portugal, but they shouldn't have beaten Italy. And I commentated on all their games at the recent Euros for ESPN, and they're a weaker side now. They don't have Goran Pandev, he retired, and two or three of their best players are no longer available. It's just an incredible result, and I hope they get as much praise as they deserve for this, because you know that the headlines are going to be about Italy, and so they should be.
Which is understandable, but by the same token, you're right. I mean, they've kind of earned the right to be there in the finals of the playoffs to get through. They have got a bit of a mountain to climb up in Portugal, because it ended last night, as I was saying, Portugal 3, Turkey 1. But the other big story for us over here, of course, has got to be the back page of every single paper this morning. The front page of a number of them. I'll read you some headlines at random. Bale magic has Wales dreaming, says The Guardian on its back page. The Daily Telegraph front page of the sports section goes with Dragons roaring delight. Bale brilliance leaves Wales on the brink of a World Cup final. Epic Bale, says the UR Daily Star. Gareth Bale's ticket to Qatar within touching distance, and it will be, as many people now will become instant experts of the history of the World Cup when this kind of thing happens. Wales' first appearance is 1958, when football was a very different game and the world was a very different place indeed. You know, they've still got the game to get through. We're still not absolutely sure who they're going to be facing in that final, but even so, they've got to be daring to dream this morning, Welsh fans and the Welsh players.
Yeah, and look, regardless of who they play, Scotland or Ukraine, Wales are going to be favourites for that. Their record in the Cardiff City Stadium is phenomenal, and they do have a truly world-class player in Gareth Bale. That free kick was phenomenal, and whoever they get, they'll be favourites. Look, Scotland against Ukraine, we don't really know when that's going to be. Obviously, they're talking about it being June, but who knows what's going to happen and what state the Ukrainian players are and their squad is going to be. We hope for the best with them. So it is a wait and see for Wales as to who they're going to play. It's a wait and see for us in Scotland as to whether the game will go ahead, and a wait and see for Ukraine. But look, Wales have not just Gareth Bale, they have some real talented players. They will have home advantage as well. However, if North Macedonia beating Italy isn't a wake-up call for every single favourite, then I don't know what is. And look, history is on Scotland's side. I don't believe that counts too much, because what happened in 1977-78 and the Joe Jordan handball, although he's never admitted it, at Anfield, and then the 1-1 draw when the late great Jock Stein sadly died after the game in Cardiff in 1985. That saw Scotland get through to a playoff against Australia. So I think, look, obviously I hope it's Scotland. I'd love to see Scotland, Wales and Ukraine all there. That ain't going to happen. It's difficult to kind of see past Wales, but you know what? On their day, Scotland are on a good run of form right now. We just don't know what's going to happen. If they can get through against Ukraine, how good would it be if we knew that either Wales or Scotland, one of them, was going to represent the home nations at the World Cup?
Absolutely. But let's go back to Gareth Bale for a minute. I mean, he's now, I think, 31, 32 years old. He's had under an hour of genuine match time, I think, since he last played for his country, and yet he goes out there with that kind of form. He had Jason Cundy and Jeremy Hart on the sports bar saying how difficult that is for a pro player, because while you can maintain fitness levels, you're not getting the match time, the game time, and that you must use a certain degree of sharpness or edge. Not if you're Gareth Bale, it seems.
No, and that's the key, and the boys are absolutely spot on as well. He's played 4 times for Real Madrid this season. He played once against Villarreal since August. He's only had not even 90 minutes in La Liga. But there's something about that red jersey. Do you remember Super Ted, the cartoon? It's like he gets special powers when you put a suit on. That's what Gareth Bale's like. It's like some sort of King Rollo, Super Ted. I don't know. When he puts that red costume on, he becomes this superhero. He's a world-class player anyway. And look, he from a Scottish perspective, perspective, if we get through against Ukraine, I would have preferred Austria, because I think we would have had more of a chance to beat it. I still think we've got a reasonable chance, but if Bale's on form, you kind of think, well, he's not played much. Fine, okay, he'll be rusty. I don't know how he does it. I honestly don't know how he does it. And to see the acclaim when he went off, by the way, to be substituted near the end, I think Chris Mepham came on. They just rose as one.
Yeah.
This kind of godlike figure in red, off he goes, having done his job. And guys like Ian Rush, Neville Southall, Mark Hughes never got to a World Cup. I mean, so many Welsh players.
Ryan Giggs took up. Ryan Giggs never made it to a World Cup.
Of course. So many talented players over the years haven't played at a major tournament for Wales. Gareth Bale, we saw what he was capable of at the Euros when Wales did so well. Gareth Bale's form, Gareth Bale's ability deserves a world stage, but it doesn't work like that. You've got to earn it, and they've got someone who is a game changer, regardless if he's played once in the league since the end of August. He's superhuman, he really is.
And we've also got the prospect of him being available at the end of this season from Real Madrid on a free transfer. Now, I know his wage bill is probably...
West Ham? Hearts?
Well, I was going to ask you... yeah, well, we could share him, couldn't we? Week off.
You pay for him. You pay for him and we'll borrow him.
Absolutely. But the proviso is going to be... I think he's on something in the region... I think he's certainly £2 million a month, I think, plus, I think, at Real Madrid. But he obviously wants to play. Money surely can't be an issue. You know, there's even been talk of have some Welsh fans calling the station and saying, look, get him to Cardiff. We're close to Celtic Man of the Great Golf Course. Now, he may not be able to, he may not want that kind of football action, but the prospect of him returning to the Premier League is absolutely mouth-watering. But he could go anywhere he wants to, pretty much, couldn't he?
He might want to go some places, but how many teams could afford him? So you're right. There's going to have to be a little bit of how are we going to make this work financially? You saw what he did when he came back on loan to Spurs. He got 11 goals in 10 starts.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he played 20 times, and 10 of those were starts, 10 off the bench. But he just has that. And the other thing is as well, if you've got a team like Spurs, right, you've already got Harry Kane, you've got Son, you've now got Kulusevski. You throw Bale into the mix as well. Teams just they don't have enough players to who do you target first to try and stop? Is it Kane? Okay, well, Son and Bale and Kulusevski would like that. Is it Bale? Well, Kane and Son would like that. So it depends how frivolous with his finances Daniel Levy would like to be, because I'm sure Gareth Bale enjoyed his time back at Spurs, but I think there's only a small number of teams that would be able to compete financially. And you know what? Maybe it's not all about money now. And Gareth Bale wants to be playing more regularly. I think what will be interesting is if Wales do qualify for the World Cup, Gareth Bale will want to play